All right, welcome back to Necessary Roughness. We're here with Trenton and Andy again, and we are going to discuss the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. We've got some really cool matchups this weekend. First of all, let's get into some of the games just real quick. I know we haven't hit on them. We're going to hit on them, but let's get into some of these games from last weekend. What did you guys think was like the biggest surprise game to you last week?
I really think that Carolina Rams game going back and forth like it did, that was something special. That was a really good, hard fought, gritty game where just last possession ends up winning you the game, right?
Yeah, and I know we talked about that might be the one game that was kind of like the most potential for an upset. I honestly thought Carolina was going to pull it off. I really did. I was like, man, they're going to pull it off here, and they just didn't.
You got Matty Ice over there. I mean, let's go pull these guys hard out at the end of the game. I mean, and then he goes out and does it. Like, geez,
it was a really fun game to watch. I was really rooting for the Panthers there, just because they haven't been there a long time, and they've had some really rough years these past couple seasons. So it's like it would have been cool to see them do it, but I'm not surprised the Rams pulled it off. We talked about veteran team, good coaching, great coaching, really. I'm not surprised they won, but I was really rooting for Carolina there. I thought that would be a fun one, and it was a really fun game.
It was a great game. I mean, they definitely gave the Rams everything they could and then some. If they wouldn't have had those costly mistakes in the first, we're talking about a different game.
For sure.
That thing could have been nasty in a hurry. So the Rams, I think, skated by with one.
Yes, they did.
And if there's anything to be taken from this game, it's Carolina's coming.
Oh yeah. I would watch out for that team next season. Andy, being a Vikings fan, what'd you think of that Chicago Bears comeback? How was that to watch?
That was insane.
That was an awesome game, man. Like, down. What were they down? 18 points with.
Wasn't it like 25?
I don't know what it was the most. I
know it was 21-3 at one point in the game.
Yeah, that's what I saw.
And then it was just the Bears kept climbing back, and then it's like, all right, is that final touchdown by Matthew Golden, his first one of the season, finally going to put the Bears on the mat? And then here come the Bears again, just roaring back, and they ended up capturing this game.
And it was all in the fourth quarter too. I mean, I think that just goes to show you, like, I feel like Matt LaFleur, I know a lot of people
play all four quarters.
Exactly. I know people in Green Bay are calling for his job, and I don't think that's the right decision. Honestly, what it looked like to me was, I think Matt LaFleur was the better prepared coach. I think usually the first quarter into the second quarter is more of like,
here's our normal plays that we played out this entire week. We know what you're going to do.
Yep.
But I think Ben Johnson's just got some magic in him.
Yes, I 100% agree.
We can adjust on the fly, and you've watched him all year long. He's done it. Fourth quarters, third quarters, that's where they come back. That's where the Bears start clawing back. I mean, they bear down over there,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
The Bears.
Well, and it was crazy too. Like I said, like usually in that first quarter to even into the second quarter, that's kind of where you see like that week long preparation. Like, these are the plays we kind of scripted to have ready. A lot of times teams score on their first drive because it's just kind of a scripted drive. They know, boom, 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 here we go, score. All right. Same with the other team. But I feel like when you get into the second half there, especially later into the fourth quarter, is where you kind of just start to see that grit that a team has, where like, hey, this isn't going our way, but we're not giving up yet. We are still in this game, whether we're down by 3 or down by 18, and that's what I see a lot in the Bears is just, they just don't give up, dude. They do not give up.
Well, I mean, I hear what you're saying when it comes to Matt LaFleur, but you got to have that. You got to have that grit inside of you too. I mean, you're up by 21 points in one point in this game. You cannot take your foot off the gas pedal.
True.
And you already had this happen to you once in Soldier Field, where you lost a game that you should have won, and you could argue that you'd be the number 2 seed and they'd be playing in Lambeau. And then you go ahead and go back to Soldier Field, and you have the huge advantage, and you're going into half walking like giants. Your stuff's good, and then you just completely collapse the second half. I mean, you can't do that.
No, you can't. Not in the playoffs.
Like either you're going to have the conversation of, is it Jordan Love that was causing them the issues, or is it the coach? And I mean, you can't tell me that a 10-point loss lead is something when the Ravens kept doing it, and that's exactly what happened. They fired John Harbaugh for it. I mean, you can't give up 10-point leads in the NFL. It's just not something you can do.
And that's a good point, though. I mean, watching that game, did you guys think it was Jordan Love, or did you just think that Chicago ended up being the better team at the end of the night? What was?
I think it was the play calling. I think they got less aggressive, and it just showed where every time the Bears needed to be a little bit more aggressive or do something crazy. I mean, like Caleb Williams over here posing the Jordan pose on a fourth down and getting a good completed pass. It just had to do with play calling. The defense decided to, let's try to play to win this thing. We're already up, instead of, hey, let's go rip these guys' throats out now. And that's what it boiled down to, is the offense wasn't pushing as hard, and the defense started playing covers, and they started not doing what they were doing originally in the game.
Well, and I feel like, and correct me if you saw something different, Andy, but I feel like the Bears defense in the first half just wasn't playing real great. But I feel like they really locked down in the second half, and it seemed like Green Bay just couldn't get the run game established in the second half. Like, they were not able to do anything, and then you have to resort to passing when you're up by that kind of score. You don't want to be passing. You want to be wearing that clock down, and they weren't able to do that.
Well, I mean, also, when it comes to the Bears defense, they started looking a lot better on the second half because the offense was finally clicking, so they're getting a little bit more rest time.
Yeah,
that's true.
Caleb Williams did not look good in that first half.
Right.
He wasn't hitting any receivers whatsoever.
Yeah.
And finally, something started clicking, and it showed.
Well, and I feel like Caleb's played that way a lot this year, where the first half he kind of comes out slow, and it doesn't look real good. And then, like I said, this Bears team all year has been this way, where they just don't give up, dude. They come back in the fourth quarter, and they end up winning a lot of games doing that. And I think it's just, I don't know if it's just the way Caleb plays or what, but it just feels like he just needs like a first half to just kind of warm up, and then he's ready to play. It seems like almost every game it's like that. It's weird.
Yep.
You can't really do that, though. I mean, you gotta.
Can you though?
Well,
it's working.
What I'm saying.
It's working.
I mean, you look. The Panthers almost did that to the Rams, and who are they going against this week? The Bears are playing the Rams. They can do it again. I mean, if you're not going to put your opponent out of their misery at the end of the half, and then go in to the third quarter and keep dominating, then you're just giving them that chance to claw back. And a little bit of hope is a dangerous tool for some of these teams. And the Bears are one of those teams that doesn't matter how dark it seems, if they can see a little bit of light, they're going for it.
Right. Yeah. What were you going to say there, Andy?
I lost my train.
All right. All right. Well, let's jump down to that Philly-San Francisco game. This one was in Philly, and man, it was a windy day there. Yeah. That game, it looked like it was not going to be easy to throw. I think it was kind of one of those games where you had to establish the run game early. And I feel like even with all the injuries that the 49ers have had, I took Philly in this game just because of the injuries. I thought, like, man, the 49ers they're missing Nick Bosa, Fred Warner's not there. Trent Williams was potentially not going to play, which he ended up playing. Yep. And so it was kind of like, man, I don't know. I think I'm going to take Philly and then probably not take them in the next round. But man, I don't know, that 49ers team, they really pulled it together, even with all the injuries and stuff. I mean, they
and perfectly dialed up and executed trick play. I mean, that was a good dagger right there. I mean, nobody saw it coming, wide open for miles. And you do want to talk about injuries. I mean, it seems like that team goes with McCaffrey. So
I know.
If you're sacrificing players to make sure he's healthy, if that's what you guys are doing over there in San Fran, keep doing it, because where working. McCaffrey goes is where you guys go. I mean, you've proven earlier this year you can go without Purdy. You're going to keep winning games. You can plug and play Mac Jones. You can plug and play a lot of these other players, and they just find a way to be gritty and win the games.
And that throw, you brought that up, that throw by, it was Juwan Jennings that threw that ball up to McCaffrey. Yeah. That was a beautiful play.
I bet you they have that same play. I bet you they have that same play, but McCaffrey holding the ball and throwing it to Jennings. I mean, you look at it from the other side, it's like, man, just how do you stop a play like that? You're gonna bite on it one way or the other.
Yeah, you've got to commit at some point. And they committed, and he left him wide open. I mean, but the pass, just the accuracy for him to drop it in there like that, like he wasn't. I mean, he was
bucket
open,
right in his hands, man.
He was open, but he wasn't like wide open. There was a defender there, but he just dropped it right over his shoulder. Yeah, led him right into the end zone, touchdown. It was like, oh man, 49ers are going to pull this one off.
Yeah,
for sure.
And I think a lot of that one with the 49ers, it seems to me more and more it comes down to coaching. I think Shanahan, I have a hard time saying he's underrated because I feel like a lot of people do talk highly of him, but I do kind of feel like he's underrated. I feel like every year they've got something going on with injuries or this and that, and they just somehow find a way to always be there. And I think it comes down to the coaching. I think he's a great coach. I think he learned from his dad.
Yeah, you can make teams winners, and you hang your hat on really good defense, and you hang your hat on a really solid run game.
Right.
And guess what happens? It opens up your play action passes. It opens up everything else that he likes to do with that West Coast offense. I mean, he just continually finds ways to, all right, we're going to dial it up, and oh, hey, you came in off the street this week because we have another injured player. We're going to find a way to get you the ball. Don't worry about it.
Well, and look at the guys they're doing it with, like Juwan Jennings. He's never been a star in the league. They don't have a number one receiver right now. I mean, Juwan Jennings would be their number one. Actually, McCaffrey's probably their number one.
Yeah.
But I mean, they've just had so many injuries and just Brandon Ayuk, the whole thing going on with him, like they traded Debo away. Like it's just weird that they're still here and still as good as they are. But again, like I said, I think it's coaching, and I think bringing Robert Saleh back really helped too. Like,
yeah, he solidified their defense, and I mean, to prove your point with coaching, you look at the Eagles on the flip side. What's the deal with that? Devontae and AJ Brown, you're paying loads of money to, and you can't catch a freaking ball.
I know.
Are we kidding? Like, there's a reason why Goddard was getting the ball left and right. It was because he was the only one catching the ball.
Well, and then getting into it with your coach on the sidelines, like I think both guys were in the wrong there. Like Sirianni should not have come up to him the way he did, but AJ, you can't respond that way either. Like,
no,
you're on national television. You're setting an example here. Like, you guys got to walk away from each other in those situations.
Well, that's not going to happen
in the behind the cameras.
That's not going to happen, especially after old Travis Kelce's doing it to his coach Andy Reid, and he's on Super Bowls with doing that kind of stuff. I mean, you see a player get away with it. What's it going to do? It's like a kid, Well, that kid got the candy bar. Why can't I? I get the special treatment too. I got to play with my coach and do whatever I want and just create havoc. I mean, and you look even in college, like it's the same things transpiring. Like that happened over in Montana. You watch that game.
Yeah.
Players losing it on coaches is not uncommon anymore, where it's like the coach used to be the be all end all, and now they see everybody else from higher levels down. It's triculating where they just, if you're going to have it out with your coach, you're going to have it out, and I don't care.
All right. Anything else to say on the NFC side, guys?
No, I think we're good on that one.
Andy, you got any more insight you want to put in on those games?
No, I think I'm good.
All right, let's jump over here to the AFC. Let's hit that Buffalo Jacksonville game first.
You want to go for the good games, or you want to go for the bad game first? Huh?
Let's go to that one first. That was impressive. That Tush push,
crazy ride.
Well, it's crazy that a team that wanted to ban the Tush push, they were one of the big people that was, hey, we need to ban it. It's unsafe. It's unfair. It's a horrible play. And it saves their season. Holy cow, did it. And it almost got him a touchdown off of that Tush push. I mean, just straight kept going. It's like, holy cow, are they going to stop him? I felt like it was a no Moss situation. They're like, all right, well, he got the first down. Just let him go so we can get our touchdown now.
At first glance, when like watching the game live, when I saw him, I thought he was in. I was like, holy, he just scored a touchdown on that? Like, no way. That was like an 18-yard Tush push. Like, and then
the same thing watching that.
Right. And then the replay, it was like, oh no, he's down at like the 1.5 yard line. But still, what, a 16.5 yard push? Like crazy, dude. Like that guy is an animal, man. I tell you what, Josh Allen, I see you two are representing him over here pretty hard.
Well, if you're gonna go all animal, I gotta represent you this week,
I think I said it in the last episode. I feel like the Bills just rely too much on him. And really, that game did feel the same way. It just felt like they rely so much on Josh Allen to just be Superman every single game. And it's like, eventually, it is going to catch up.
Well, it is. I mean, if he doesn't put on his cape and you haven't gotten him any solid wide receivers, I mean, you keep nickel and diming these good receivers, but you don't have a solid number one over there.
Right.
Your run game is really good or it's really bad. It just depends on the week. And then everything else flows through Josh Allen. It's just the Josh Allen show, and he's going to find a way to win you a game. And I mean, we could be talking about a whole different game. If you look at the stud over there in Jacksonville, Cam Little not missing that field goal that he normally doesn't miss. I mean, he's been banging out 67, 66-yard field goals, and he happens to miss this one right before half. It just goes to show, I mean, like Tyler Loop last week, you got these young rookie kids playing kicker and live by the sword, die by the sword, right? Where it's you make all the other field goals the year, but you miss the one, and everyone's going to hate you. And I mean, you're talking field goals are really important to the game, but I mean, it's definitely not as costly as what happened in the Packers game, but it was definitely a serious, you could have gone into half tied and we're building from a 0-0 game again versus we're down 3 now.
Well, right. It changes the entire momentum of the game going into half like that. I mean, but man, dude, that Bills team, they just rely so much, like I said, so heavy on Josh Allen. And I just feel like if that guy comes out and has one game where he's off, and even an off game for Allen is going to be a really good game, but it's just not going to be enough because they just rely too heavy on him. And
well, if he comes out and plays a game like Stroud where you get 3 turnovers, it's curtains for you guys. You're over. You can't play that. And I mean, you watch early on in his career, that's exactly what happened. You throw a pick against the Chiefs, you throw a pick or a fumble or just have some boneheaded play, and it completely killed the Buffalo Bills. And that's what they've been living off of this entire time. I think it's time that GM finally goes out and gets some serious wide receiving talent. And let's see where we can push this thing.
Since you brought it up, or Andy, do you have anything left to say on that one?
Yeah, there was a minute or so that watching that game, I didn't think the Bills were going to win.
Yeah.
The defense was just atrocious.
I agree with that.
Finally, they stepped up some and was able to pull it off. I don't know how the hell they pulled it off, but
I'm not really sure how they pulled that one off either.
The ball landed in his hands.
Yeah,
it looked like Mulan over there. He's just holding his hands out.
Jacksonville's got a stellar run defense.
Yes.
They held Cook to I don't know how many yards, but it wasn't many.
Yeah, I'm not sure on an exact number, but
and Jacksonville was running the ball all over the Bills.
Right.
It was just not even funny.
Well, and it seems like usually the Bills have a pretty solid defense, but this year they have not had a good defense.
It's been
so bad
up and down.
Yeah. Since you brought CJ Stroud up, let's get into that game next. The Houston Texans beat up on the Pittsburgh Steelers.
That game looked like it could have gone Steelers' way. I mean, you're looking at first 5 minutes of this game, Steelers are up 3-0, and then it took forever for the Texans to finally get some points on the board. And then it was like, it felt like that first field goal they got where it was 10-3.
Yep.
It just felt like it put the game away for them. Like I said on the last podcast, this Houston defense is for real. I mean, like, this is like Legion of Boom kind of stuff where you give us a lead, 2 point, we'll get a safety, we'll get us a field goal. Just give us a lead and we'll pin our ears back and do the rest. I mean, you're talking about getting pressures and hitting Rodgers and making game-changing plays with 2 guys giving pressure. 2 guys giving pressure and he's hitting them. And you're talking about 14 points of the 30 come off of defense.
Yeah.
And you get your quarterback, your offense gave up 3 turnovers. In what game do you have 3 turnovers and you end up walking away winning? You don't.
I was just going to say, watching this game, I was just sitting there basically doing what I'm doing right now, just kind of laughing. So it's like, I have never seen a playoff game of all games where a team turns the ball over 3 times and wins by 24 points. Like that doesn't add up. That makes no sense. But CJ Stroud did not play a good game.
No.
CJ Stroud did not look good.
That was all defense.
It was just straight defense.
But the Texans embrace their identity, which is we're going to punch in the mouth defense, and whatever our offense does, we'll bail them out. And that's exactly what they did. I mean, go ahead and take the ball away from us. We're still going to stop you from getting it. And that Petrie kid, man, he's a stud.
He's a stud.
He was making plays flying all over the place last night.
Well, there was a couple hits, dude, where Rodgers got hit, and I'm not going to lie to you, I was a little worried. Is he going to get up from that? Like, He's not a
lot
young
of big
pup
hits in
anymore,
that
you
game.
know.
Well, I'm sure he's probably
There
thinking,
was.
man, I should have retired this last offseason instead of getting hit like this.
Oh man, that was a crazy game. Like,
it was hard hitting,
yeah,
smash mouth football.
it was fun to watch if you just didn't look at the score,
Well,
because the score made no sense. Like I said, like you turn the ball over 3 times and you win by 24 points. That makes zero sense. When you turn the ball over 3 times like that, you should lose by 24 points.
Yeah,
not
you
win by it.
should.
yeah, that should be a
absolutely.
21-point swing in their
Exactly.
favor. Instead, that Houston defense just doesn't care. We'll
was
turn the
crazy.
ball over and we'll stop you. We'll stop you right away. And then not only that, but instead of you scoring those 21 points,
Yeah.
we're going to get 14 on our defense against you.
Right. Yeah, and that second interception return for a touchdown, it looked like the Pittsburgh players just gave up. He just kind of walked
Yeah,
through the offense
they
there,
knew
like,
it was over at that point.
Yeah.
Like, all right, time's off the clock, whatever. It's just going to be what it's going to be.
Well, I remember I was texting Los back and forth, and he was just like, "Man, they look like trash tonight. They look like trash." I was like, I can't disagree with you, man. I know it's your team, but they do not look good. Like they just don't.
No.
Let's
Yeah.
jump up to that New England LA Chargers game. That
I missed my prediction by 1 point.
you were off by 1 point. Yeah, you were pretty close on that one.
Pretty close.
What were your guys' thoughts on that game? What did you see in that one?
My thought is, like I've said this before, I think Harbaugh's a great coach. I think
agree with
he's going to
that.
be a solid coach, and I think the team's really good. But Herbert needs to rename himself Sherbet, because every time he gets into some playoff situations or some high pressure situations, he melts down like Sherbet in the hot California sun over there.
Yeah,
And I mean, I've been hearing it all day today. The if man, if this, if that. Well, I mean, if ifs were
yeah.
candy and nuts, we'd all have Christmas every day, right? I mean,
I feel like his O-line did him no favors. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Oh, he
but
got hit a couple times.
He-
like,
not
yeah.
only. Well, I mean,
they were in the backfield.
his line
all
didn't do
game.
him any good, but you're talking about Burrow didn't have no line, and he's still been putting up some serious numbers and
Yeah.
doing things in games. You can't melt down like that, especially when you're going into this game as the number 7 seed.
Right.
Like, you are a playoff team, play like it. Instead, what do? You get 3 points.
Yeah.
That's it.
well, and
In a game that felt like it could have gone either way, and then you just couldn't do anything the entire time, and then finally let the Patriots, you let May finally settle down in the game, and then that was when it was over for you, because
right.
you just weren't getting anything going, and you let May get himself into a playoff game where he hasn't been there before. It's a high pressure situation. You have been there before, Herbert.
Right.
Like, you lost a game after being up by so many points against the Jaguars, and then you're going to come into this one, and you should have that little bit of extra grit and gumption behind you to, I'm going to find a
Right.
way to make plays. Instead, you don't. You let the rookie quarterback settle in, and now you got a dangerous Patriot team going on.
Well, and he is 0 for 3 in the playoffs. I mean, a lot of great quarterbacks have gone 0 for 3 in the playoffs before they did anything. I mean, one that comes to mind is Peyton Manning. But I understand your point. The whole Sherbert thing, it's funny. It adds up, but I still think Justin Herbert is one of the. I think he's like a top 7 talent-wise quarterback in the league. I just feel like he just doesn't have that it factor. It seems like he's got all the talent in the world. He's big, he's strong, he's mobile, he's got a great arm. He's accurate. He can make plays happen. But when it comes down to the like where we have to have you here, he just doesn't have that it factor. And I don't know if it's gonna pan out or not. I don't know how this is gonna go with him.
Well, I give you this: he's the number 7 quarterback in the league in the regular season. Come the postseason, he just can't handle it.
Well, right. Statistically,
apart.
he's really good. I mean, but stats don't always.
The
translate to
regular
wins,
seasons,
like,
when you're riding the bike with some training wheels,
Right.
and then you get into the playoffs and you take the training wheels off and you end up on your side in the
Yeah.
ditch and you're crying for mama to
Knees
come put
scraped
some
up. And,
put some ice on you.
bloody elbow, and it's. But I will say I will defend him here. His O-line did him no favors, man. That guy was getting thrown all over the field, and I don't know if it's just that the Patriots defense was playing that great, or if the O-line was that bad. It was a hard one to read on that one, but so we kind of reviewed each game here. Let's move into this coming weekend. We got the divisional round starting up. I know Saturday we've got the 2 number 1s playing. I think Denver's the first game. So we got Denver versus Buffalo. It's in Denver. What do you guys think is going to happen here? You guys think the Buffalo can keep riding Superman over there, or do you think it comes to an end?
I didn't think they were going to ride Superman to a victory against the Jags.
I didn't either, to be honest with you.
I think this Denver defense is a lot more legit than the Jags.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought that if it was going to be a Jags Denver, it could be a coin flip for me.
Yeah.
I just don't give Buffalo the edge in this one. What's going to happen when that opportunistic Denver defense in home, Mile High Stadium, good thin air, gets a turnover? What are you going to do?
Yeah,
how are you going to dig yourself out of it? And you've proven that your defense ain't going to help you.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough game. I mean, obviously being a Denver fan, I'm rooting for Denver, but I'm not going to lie to you. I'm glad we got Buffalo over Jacksonville, because I was a little worried about Jacksonville, especially after we played them late in the season. They kind of beat up on us.
Well, after you want to call them a small market team,
yeah,
they got a little chip against you guys now. And Sean Payton doesn't want to wake that bear up.
I'm kind of hoping Buffalo did us a favor by knocking them out and moving on. Obviously, I'm going to take Denver in this one. I think Denver's defense is just too good. I am worried about Josh Allen. Not going to lie on that. I am worried about Josh Allen. But like I said, that they can only ride that guy so long before he's going to have an off game. But he has to.
This team reminds me, the Denver Broncos team reminds me a lot of like the Bears, where all right, the offense can kind of mosey along and then get rolling in the 3rd and 4th and end up winning the game. And I've watched it multiple times this year, but that defense just keeps you hanging around there. You can never put us away because that defense is just in your face. All right, what are you going to do? Get a field goal? All right, fine, settle for a field goal.
Yeah,
and all right, now instead of us having to get 2 scores to tie this game, we just get a score and a field goal. Or we get 8 points and we're back in this thing.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, Sean Payton's not afraid to go for it on 4th. He's not afraid to go for those 2s. Like,
you're talking about a coach that onside kicked at the beginning of half.
Yeah,
rest in peace to that with the new kickoff rules. But
yeah, we'll never see that again. Yeah. But so who are you taking in this one? Who do you got? I got Denver. Sounds like you got Denver.
I got Denver as well.
What about you, Andy? What are your thoughts on this one?
You know, I'm a Buffalo fan, but I don't see them beating Denver. If they do beat Denver, it's going to be a freaking miracle.
Yeah. I think it's going to take everything Josh Allen has to beat Denver.
And honestly, if they get past this one, I'm going to give you a preview of my early pick now, but I don't think they get past Houston.
Yeah. Okay.
Buffalo can beat the Denver Broncos. I don't think they get past Houston, because I think that defense is legit. That defense from the Texans, I hate to just jump into the next one for you, but
no, that's where we were
Houston
going next.
Texans defense reminds me of the 2000 Ravens.
Yeah.
The 84 Bears.
85 Bears.
85, sorry. Bears. My bad. 84 season, right?
No, I agree with you, though. This Houston defense is just unreal, man. I know, it's kind of been back and forth between them and Denver all year about who had the better defense, but I said it in one of our other episodes, and we got a lot of comments back on one of our shorts about it. I'm a Denver fan, and I'll be the first one to admit, I think this Houston defense is better. I'm terrified if we got to play them in the AFC Championship. I hope we don't. Well, I hope we get New England.
This Houston defense could take Trent Dilfer off the bench and get him a Super Bowl again now. So, I mean, that's a scary, scary defense.
Yes, it is.
Joe Flacco?
Oh, yeah. Anybody. They could take anybody. It just seems like they're legit. They find a way to win games. They're in your face. They're a nasty, gritty team.
Well, they've got an awesome 1-2 punch. I mean, Will Anderson Jr. on one side and Danielle Hunter on the other side. Your ex-Viking guy, like, it reminds me a lot of when Denver had DeMarcus Ware, when they brought him from the Cowboys and they had Von Miller on one side and DeMarcus Ware. It's like you just have to pick which one you're going to double team and pray to God the other guy doesn't get there.
Yeah, pray to God the other guy trips and falls on his way to you.
Exactly, because one of them's getting there. Yep. So I guess I'm going to go out on a limb here and say you're taking Houston.
I'm taking Houston
New England game.
I mean, I do like New England.
I do too.
I like them being at home, but Houston doesn't care where they play. They just went into the Berg, and they punished those guys and gave up 3 turnovers on offense. I just don't see a stop right now in this team. I mean, the Patriots, I'm more than happy to be wrong. Go ahead and prove me wrong.
Yeah.
But I think this defense might be more than you wanted to bite off.
What about you, Andy? What's your thoughts on this game, and who are you taking in this one? You got Houston in New England. So they're going to Foxborough, which is a tough place to play.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna probably have to go with Houston also, but you can't count out the Patriots.
Yeah.
As much as I hate to say it, that I think the Patriots are back. It's like Trenton said last episode. It's the evil empire 2.0. I think.
Yeah, that's what it feels like.
Yeah. May, he's a hell of a quarterback. I think if they can keep pressure on him, rattle him a bit, I think they have a pretty good chance in shutting the Patriots down.
Yeah. So you're taking Houston, Trenton. You're taking Houston. I'm going to go out on a limb here, guys. I'm going to take New England, and here's why. I think going into New England is really tough. I think this New England team is really clicking. I think their defense played awesome last round. I think Houston's defense is awesome. I think it's the best defense in the league. Honestly, I don't even think it's an argument at this point. And again, like I said, that's coming from a Denver fan. I think Houston has the best defense in the league. But I think CJ Stroud is going to have another bad game. And I don't think you can do that against this New England team. It was all right against Pittsburgh because I don't really think Pittsburgh, the only reason Pittsburgh got in, Los, sorry to say this, but they got in by default because someone had to win the AFC North and get that spot. I think New England's going to surprise everyone and beat Houston, and we're going to see Denver, New England in the AFC Championship. It's going to be like the early 2000s all over again, or I guess the later 2000s. Let's jump over to the NFC now. We've got number 1 Seattle versus San Francisco. This is a divisional game. We've got 2 NFC West teams playing each other. It's in Seattle. No one wants to go to Seattle and play. I'm sorry. I don't care what year it is. Seattle fans show out. They always do.
12th man for a reason.
Yep. They have always been and always will be the 12th man. What are your guys' thoughts on this one? I don't know. This is going to be a good game is what I know.
I think so. I think Seattle's going to take this one, though.
So
I think
do
that
I.
defense is serious.
That defense is really good, too.
It's going to depend on what Sam Darnold does. But I think that defense is taking so much extra pressure off of him.
Right.
And that run game that he's got with him, it's going to be really hard to beat a good run game and a solid defense.
They've got an awesome 2-headed monster at running back. I mean, Zach Charbonnet and Kenneth Walker they're both beasts, man. They're like bowling balls. Like you don't want to get in front of that
and
guy.
Not only that, but you're talking about, so you're going to get him on play action pass, and you got Smith and Jigba in the backfield. He's been killing it this season.
Oh, he's been the best receiver in the league.
Oh yeah, by far. I have a feeling this is going to end up like week 17 of the NFL regular season, where you're going to go into Seattle, and I hate to say this, Niner fans, but you're going to run into a division opponent who's ready for you, who's got your number and isn't afraid of you.
Yeah, and it's the 3rd time they're playing this year, and I think Seattle's going to come out. I don't think it's going to be a blowout, but I don't think it's going to be a real close game either, to be honest with you. I think it's going to be a 10-17
I was going to say, I'm thinking more like a 5 to 7 point game. Somebody's going to end up walking away with this thing. It just seems like that's always the way these things go. The only way that's going to change is if Purdy has the same kind of game that he had week 17 where he throws some picks.
Yeah.
I just think that this game is going to be nice, gritty, good fun to watch game. You're going to keep it close. I mean, I thought all these last games that we had were really close games, but other than the Houston-Pittsburgh game, that one really got out of hand. But I think this one's going to match up with the rest of the playoffs, where it's just going to be nice, good, gritty football, and you're going to watch to the last play because, all right, somebody's got to win this thing. Are they going to do it, or are they going to fall short?
So what do you got to say on that one, Andy? What's your thoughts?
Well, last year the Vikings had Darnold, and when it mattered most, he crumbled.
Right.
So I'm hoping he got that out of his system last year.
Yeah.
And now he's got that chip on his shoulder and comes out swinging.
Yeah.
And I really hope he does well. I mean, you can't help but root for the guy, really.
Right. He's had
a tough career.
Exactly. He's had it so bad in his career.
With the Jets,
over to the Panthers, over to the Vikings, where he had a really good season. It's funny you look at his career too, because he goes over to the Vikings, and what are they doing last week of the season determines who's going to get the 1 seed and who's going to be playing away games. And then he has the same exact thing happen when he goes over to the NFC.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
it's just like, you're playing the last game and you're determining who's going to get the 1 seed and who's not. And this year he finally clutched up. So I'm hoping he's got that going for him this year.
Well, and I feel like I feel like he had that stop he made in San Francisco. I think he grew a lot there. I think he learned a lot from Shanahan and just that quarterback's room. And I think it was really good for him before he went to Minnesota. And I think that's kind of where you saw that progression for him. Like you said, though, he's had such a rough career. I mean, he's been on some really bad teams and, a high pick. He was highly touted coming out of USC. And I feel like he just never caught a break until just recently. Well, and I mean, now we're seeing him, turn into a really good quarterback.
Yeah.
He is a damn good quarterback.
Yeah, he's very talented.
You're talking about a rookie quarterback who's playing for the Jets, and everyone's saying, well, I think he might be a bust because he's seeing ghosts. Well, of course you're going to see ghosts. Look at that offensive line. Swiss cheese coming. You got people hitting you every play.
Every quarterback that's played.
You look at Aaron Rodgers. He tore his ACL, his Achilles in the first 4 plays of the game.
Right.
Yeah, it's like, holy cow! You start the season like that, and then the Jets just. I wish they were good. It'd be a fun team to watch. It's like the Giants. I'm ready for them to be good, and
I'm rooting for the Giants.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see if they can clinch up Harbaugh or if they go after Tomlin or what their game plan is this offseason. Because I think they got a serious team that's going to be exciting to watch.
Oh yeah.
So, moral of the story, I think I'm taking Seattle.
All right. It sounds like we're all taking Seattle on that one. I'm on board with you guys. I think Seattle's going to win that one. So we'll jump down to Chicago, LA. LA Rams go into Chicago. I think this is going to be another really, really fun game, dude. I think this one's going to be awesome to watch. Start with you, Trent. What are your thoughts here?
Well, if the Bears start off the way that they started, they're going to have themselves a tough hole to climb out of. But if there's anything that I learned from last weekend, it's the Panthers did the same exact thing, and the Rams let them right back into the game. So this one's really going to come down to, I hate to say it, but it's going to come down to the fourth quarter. Who plays lights out in the fourth quarter? I feel like this game is going to be back and forth. It doesn't matter what the score is at any point in the game. It's going to eventually get really close where it's going to be a 3-point game, tied game, and somebody's going to have to make the play. And I'm going to give that playmaking change to the Bears.
Oh, I'm going to give it to them this year. Me.
Yeah,
I thought you were going to say LA Rams. I'm not going to lie.
I hated on the kid for a minute, but Caleb Williams is impressing me more and more. And I mean, Matt Stafford is killing it. Like, he's got ice in his veins.
Oh, yeah.
He knows what he's doing. He's got some solid receiving, but I just feel like Caleb Williams is going to find a way. And then not only that, but Ben Johnson, he's going to dial up something. He's going to do a trick play. Something special is going to happen in this game that's going to tilt it for the Bears. And that home fan base, I mean, you heard them last game. They're ready for their team to go on another 85 run.
Oh yeah.
So
they've been waiting a long
time. And this is in Soldier Field, so they're going to be even rowdier now. There's this divisional game, and winner gets to go to the championship.
Yeah.
All right, we're 2 away right now. They can taste it. We're all back to the Super Bowl. Let's go.
Yeah, right. Andy, what do you got? What do you got on this one?
I think I'm gonna have to go with the probably the Rams.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Okay.
You can't count out Matthew Stafford.
That's fair.
He's been there, done that, and he just has that veteran experience.
I can't disagree with you on that at all. I mean, Stafford's he's one of the greatest quarterbacks we've seen in the past 25 years. I mean,
yeah, and I do think, like Trent was saying, it's going to go back and forth, and I do think it's going to come down to whoever has the ball last.
Okay, all right.
Whether to kick the game-winning field goal or game-winning touchdown,
yeah,
something. It's going to come down to who has the ball last.
Well, I'm gonna agree with Trenton on this one. I was not prepared for you to say that. I'm not gonna lie. I thought you both were gonna take the Rams. I thought I was gonna be the cool guy taking the Bears, but
Psych.
Bear down over here. Bear down.
I'm taking the Bears in this one. I agree with you, Trenton, that it's gonna come down to the fourth quarter, and I just think the Bears have shown us over and over and over again this year that I think they're one of the best fourth quarter teams. They're right there with Denver. Denver had a lot of games like that this year, but man, Chicago you can never count them out of a game. It doesn't matter how many they're down by. It doesn't matter. They are always in it, no matter what. And I think that's going to go a long ways. Yeah, honestly. It could. Yeah. I mean, these are two really evenly matched teams.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
But it is in Soldier Field. The Bears are playing, I mean, guys, this could potentially, if it goes that way, we're going to end up with the Seahawks and the Bears in the NFC Championship. Who would have seen that coming at the beginning of the year?
Yeah, wild year,
right? Well, wild card round. I mean, properly named, man. Wild games. We had awesome games this past weekend.
Well, I mean, to your point, who would have picked the Bears number 2?
Right.
Over the Lions and the Packers and the Vikings. Who would have thought that the Lions and Vikings are going to end their season 9-8?
Yeah.
Who would have thought that the Packers were going to get humiliated by the Bears in Soldier Field and have a really close game? And I'm not saying it's because they got humiliated score-wise, because that's not the case. They got humiliated because they gave up the game.
They got humiliated because they blew it.
Yeah, they blew that game. Won. And then to go in the wild card game, and that was a wild comeback. I mean, to your point, wild card game properly named. It was wild, back and forth. You're just like, man, are the Packers going to steamroll it? And then tell it 2 halves, right? Like, oh, here's the Packers half, and oh, you didn't score enough. We're going to beat you now.
I feel like this was one of the best wild card weekends I've seen in probably 20 years now. It was so fun. Every one of these games was good. I mean, even the Houston-Pittsburgh game was good because, like I said, with the 3 turnovers, it was just like, you kept thinking like, man, Pittsburgh's got a chance here. Like they just got another fumble recovery.
It didn't really get out of hand either until around the fourth quarter. That's when it just flipped on its head. Right. It was like, all right, well, this game's really kind of 14-6. All right, what are we gonna do? And then 30-6. Okay, yeah, you guys are dead.
Never mind.
Yeah, watching it was like 7-6, and then next thing I know, it's 30-6. Like, what
happened?
the hell happened?
Which is funny because that would have been the way I would have predicted the Steelers to win this game in the first place. Is it's going to be completely ugly, completely trash, and we're just going to win in an awful, awful game.
Yeah,
9-6, and then it was like, nope, you guys just couldn't pull off the win.
Yeah, well, we were all texting about it, and it was like, who you got before the game, and it was like, I said, I'm taking Texans, but I think it's going to be a way closer game than people think because Pittsburgh always seems to play to their competition. They're playing a bad team, they play bad. They're playing a good team, they play really good. In the first half of that game, that was my thought, was like, man, they're like right in this game. They could pull this off. Like, and even like again with the 3 turnovers, it was like, this is exactly the way Pittsburgh can win this game. They keep forcing turnovers. They're going to end up pulling this off. And then, like you said, it flipped on a dime, man. Those 2 interception returns were just that was the difference in the game. It was just like, all right, never mind.
Once the Steelers started returning the favor and giving up turnovers, that was when the game got nasty.
Yep. So I've got Chicago versus Seattle, and I've got Denver versus New England. Just real quick here, guys. We'll just kind of give a prediction of what we think is going to happen, and then what we can update it in our next episode when we know what teams are playing. But I'm going to say Seattle versus Chicago. I'm going to go out on a limb and say Chicago wins that game, mostly because I just want to see it happen. Denver, New England, I'm going to take Denver in that one, and I think we're going to end up with a Denver-Chicago Super Bowl in Santa Clara, and I'm going to take my Denver Broncos to win the Super Bowl. Let's go to you, Trent. What's your prediction?
Well, my prediction is going to be, coming from the AFC, is going to be the Broncos, so they're going to get home field. They're going to have to play the gritty Texans, and I think the Texans are going to end up winning this matchup. I think that's what's going to happen. So I think the Texans are going to represent the AFC. And like I said, I picked the Seahawks. I picked the Bears. So Bears got to go into Seattle. And I really, really wish in my heart of hearts I could pick the Bears on this one. I really do. But I just think the 12th man, that defense is going to be something that's going to punch the Bears in the mouth and put them on the mat for once. And it's just going to be too much. They're going to find a way in the fourth quarter to shut Caleb Williams down, to stop him on a fourth down, to stop him on a big play that he needs. And that's how the Seattle Seahawks are going to punch their ticket. Now, winning the game between the Seattle Seahawks and the Houston Texans, I got to go with the Texans. I think that defense
be awesome.
Is really serious. I think that bullpen is going to be nasty.
I think that would be a really cool Super Bowl. I like seeing teams that have never done it before. I think it would be cool, but yeah.
I'm with you there. My perfect matchup would be the Bills versus the Texans going in this next round. So at least I know somebody who's never won one's going to it, but I gotta settle.
All right, Andy. So you said Buffalo, right? In the Buffalo-Denver game, correct?
Yeah, I think so. I think I took Denver, but
you're right. You did take Denver.
His heart's with Buffalo. His pick's going to be with your Broncos.
So you had Denver and you had Houston, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so you have Denver, Houston, and then we all took Seattle.
Yep.
And then you took the Rams, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what's your thoughts on those two games and then winning the Super Bowl?
So I'll start with the NFC side. So Seattle and the Rams. I think Seattle's going to come out on top on that one.
I like it.
And then for the AFC side, Denver and Houston. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Trent on that one. Houston.
Yeah, all right.
Houston's gonna punch Denver in the mouth.
Hey, I said it. I think Houston's defense is better. The only reason I take Denver in that.
You can't count Bo Nix out. He's a baller.
Right. I feel like Denver's offense is better than Houston's offense. I do.
Well, that's just it. I feel like this Houston Texas team is like I'm watching the 2000 Ravens again.
Yeah.
If you get us 13 points, we're winning this game.
Yeah, we just need you to score.
Good luck. Good luck. You scoring 12 points, let alone.
And I would love to see Seattle win the Super Bowl.
So you
like Darnold.
So you've got Seattle versus Houston. Are you taking Seattle in that for the Super Bowl then?
Yes, I think.
Okay.
So.
All right. Well, and we're gonna update those obviously once we know who wins these games. And
we'll have the Super Bowl preview for sure.
But, just something fun to do. Kind of give our picks from here. Actually, Wes did text us ours since he couldn't make it tonight. So Wes said he had all the home teams winning minus the Rams.
Yes.
So he was
the Rams are going to take on the Bears at home and beat them. He's got Seattle, he's got Denver, and then he's got New England.
Okay.
He's got his Super Bowl going to be the Patriots and the Rams.
The Patriots and the Rams.
That's who he's got. That's a pretty original Super Bowl, I think. What do you think?
Yeah. Real classy move there, Wes.
Yeah. Never been seen three times, right?
A Kurt Warner Super Bowl, one of them.
Yeah.
No, this was a great round of playoffs, man, and I think these next games are going to be awesome. So, if you guys are liking the content, like we say every time, go and subscribe to the page, like the video, give us your thoughts in the comments. We love responding to comments. We try to get as many of them in as we can. We respond, we stay pretty active on the social medias, responding and stuff. So let us know your thoughts. Give us your Super Bowl picks. Who are you guys taking in the Super Bowl? How many Houston fans are out there saying that Houston's going to take it all this year? I know Chicago fans are probably going crazy right now saying this is their year. Buffalo, riding that Josh Allen Superman cape. I mean, it's fun. These are all good teams that are left. Obviously, it's the best teams in the NFL here. So I think we've got some really cool games coming. I'm super excited for it. So like I said, if you guys are liking it, subscribe, like the videos, comment, go check us out on other social medias. We got a TikTok, we got Instagram, Facebook. We're active on all of them, and just, let us know your thoughts. Thanks for watching.
Peace.
Peace out, guys. Thanks for watching.